We are back, guys, with our booked cards at Hot Cheetos. And we did a coin toss early on. I went for heads, but it landed on tails, so he is elected for me to go first. And so, I bring the New Japan Pro Wrestling's version of Wrestlemania. The opening match I took from Wrestlemania 31 is a ladder matchup for the Cruiserweight Championship. I have Gregory Helms walking in as the champion versus Trevor Lee, Kalisto, Homicide, Rockstar Spud, Manic, Tajiri, Super Crazy, Psychosis, and Kenny King. This would be a lot like WrestleMania 31, except more high-flying spots because it's for the Cruiserweight Championship. And at the very end of the day, we're going to kick it off hot with a brand new Cruiserweight Champion in Kalisto. Trevor Lee comes close, but he barely misses it, so this could kind of set up a triple threat between Helms, Trevor Lee, and Kalisto at the next pay-per-view. Next, a match that can be described by some as perfect, or better than perfect. I have Mr. Perfect, the father, in the sense he's alive, having one final run, and he runs into Curtis Axel, his son. Axel wants to prove himself to his father, but every time Axel does something that's actually really good, his father is not impressed. It's not perfect. Until New Japan Pro Wrestling version of WrestleMania happens, and Curtis Axel defeats Mr. Perfect. They embrace in the ring afterwards. Mr. Perfect says, "Now that son was absolutely perfect." Just a nice little father-son moment at the very end. Curtis Axel would get the win. Next, one final time. An end of another era. I have the Steiners going against the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors. This is one final time these two are going to step in the ring. After this, all of them are retired. For good. Permanently. For good. They have a great 10-15 minute match, and I actually give it to the Steiner brothers in this one. I know a lot of you are going to be like, wait, well, why LOD should win it? I decided to give Steiner something. You know, I've dropped him so many times, I've given him nothing. Might as well do it here. My fourth match is for the vacant $1 Million Championship. Now, how this happened is the general manager, or actually, I should say, the authority, Triple H, brought in the $1 Million Championship, and there was a battle royal. These three were the final men, and they threw themselves all over the top rope, kind of like NXT did. They had a ladder matchup at the last pay-per-view, but there was controversial endings again when all three had their hands on the championship at the same time. So Triple H said, you know what? Screw it. We're going to have one pure wrestling match for the $1 Million Championship between Val Venus, Arn Anderson, and Christian. Arn Anderson wants one last run with the championship. He really wanted the IWGP World title, but he's not going to pass up the opportunity for a mid-card championship. Val Venus, same thing with him. Christian, same thing with him. All of them want one last run with the championship. And in the end of the day, I give it to Christian. Honestly. I give it to Christian. Nothing against Arn Anderson or Val Venus. Christian gets the win after pinning Arn Anderson after hitting a spear. Match number 5. I have these kind of out of order. I just wrote the match down and then wrote down the order. It's a big one. It's a big one. The jabroni beaten, pie eating, trailblazing, eyebrow raising The Rock made his return to the WWE in hopes for a WrestleMania match. You know? This one. He's gonna get it. Against Roman Reigns. But not boring face Reigns. Oh, no. I'm talking heel Roman Reigns. He comes out. Talks to Rock, says, "Hey, Rock, I have a lot of respect for you. You know, we're family. I want this match in Mania." And The Rock says, "Fine, you got it, but, you know, not my fault. You keep failing and failing." Says, "I'm just messing with you." But Reigns gets a shot at the IWGP World Championship later on that night against then champion Kevin Owens. And Reigns comes this close again to winning. But he loses. The Rock comes out to help him up. And then, bang, spear to The Rock. And he beats the hell out of The Rock, throws it to the barricade, puts it through the table, spear, 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 Reigns, then turns to the crowd, gives him the middle finger. Reigns is a heel. He goes on the tirade saying, I've had enough of getting screwed. I blame The Rock for this. I blame him. He got in my head. And I'm going to beat his ass at WrestleMania.
You know that ace bandage I bought, the real wide one?
He blames it on The Rock. Sorry for that announcement, guys. Hopefully that's not going to happen again. He blames everything on The Rock. Until Triple H makes a match. Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania. New Japan Pro Wrestling style. Now don't hate me for this. Don't. But I would give this win to Roman Reigns. I would give the win to Roman Reigns. Why? To build him more as a heel. A little bit dirty touches here and there, but not much. He's the badass heel like he was when he was in the Shield. That version of Reigns was over with the crowd. That Reigns was over with the crowd. Next after that is a bit of a cool-off match, nothing really special. I have the Hype Bros go to get to the bromance. Nothing really special, about 5 minutes. But then, Zack Ryder hits a Rough Rider on Mojo Rawley, turning heel, allowing the bromance to pick up the victory. Nothing special, just to end the Hype Bros, turn Zack Ryder heel, give him something to go with, and then the build between Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder going in the next month. Match number 7. This goes a bit into Bram's storyline from TNA, well, it used to be storyline, when he was facing TNA legends and Hall of Famers, all that stuff, I could beat TNA legend any day of the week. Out comes Jeff Jarrett to say something about that. And so the match is made Jeff Jarrett versus Bram in a no disqualification match. And I would have Bram go over. Being a 6-time TNA NWA World Champion, it builds the guy up. It makes them look strong into a future European or maybe even world title match. Next is the IWGP Tag Team Championship Elimination Tables match. I have the Briscoes, who are walking as the champions, versus the Hardy Boys, versus the Usos, versus La Resistance. Story behind this, simple. All 4 of these teams want to become the Tag Team Champions. They wanted a match. They knew the ladder match was taken. So the Hardys were like, hey, how about a tables match? Every one of the other teams agreed. And then we went with it. The first team to get eliminated would be La Resistance. Because, well, they're the worst of the 3. Next that would be gone would be the Hardy Boys. And at the end of the day, I'm coming out to the Briscoes or the Usos, and I would have the Briscoes retain the IWGP Tag Team Championships. My 9th match is a rematch from over 10 years ago. The Undertaker versus Randy Orton. Deadman versus Legend Killer. Now Viper. And Randy Orton's been begging and pleading for this match, wanting to get his revenge on The Undertaker, wanting to get a win over The Undertaker. The Undertaker said, fine, kick your ass again. And I did write down that The Undertaker was going to win, but I changed that now. Randy Orton would go over the match. Because if you guys recall, Orton was going to be the one to break the streak at WrestleMania 21. But Orton denied it, so I'm going to give him this. My next match is a Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE Women's Championship. Paige is walking as a champion versus Gail Kim, Trish Stratus, and Ivory in a Fatal 4-Way match. The story behind this is Paige is the heel going into this. She's bragging about, I'm the best, no woman can beat me. Out comes Trish Stratus, saying, you haven't beaten me. Gail Kim and Ivory do the same thing. You haven't beaten me. What happens? Very simple. Paige gets the win in this match, proving her dominance as the WWE Women's Champion. My next matchup is the number 1 contenders matchup for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, this one I had the most difficulty with. It's a triple threat match. Triple threat elimination match between EC3, Luke Harper, and Apollo Crews. The first person that would get eliminated would be Luke Harper, coming down to EC3 and Apollo Crews. And at the very end of the day, I would give it to Apollo Crews. Match number 12. Dolph Ziggler. Since Survivor Series 2014 has been bragging about, oh, I put the Authority out. I did it before, and I would not hesitate to do it again. Triple H comes down, and the suit says, well, you can't do it. You can't beat the Authority because the Authority always wins. Ziggler goes on a huge, epic promo stare down with Triple H about this. At the very end, Triple H says, okay, you know what? You want the Authority gone for good? Fine. You have to beat me at WrestleMania. If you win, the Authority is gone for good. No one can bring it back. Not even Vince. It is gone permanently. But if I win, I get one of two choices. Either A, you join the Authority, or B, your career is over. He debated about it until the New Japan Pro Wrestling episode before WrestleMania said, you know what? I don't need you in the Authority. Your career ends once I beat you at Mania. These two have an epic match, 25-30 minutes, and at the end of the day, Authority, nah, 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 hey, 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 goodbye. Dolph Ziggler would get the win over Triple H, ridding the IWGP universe and the wrestling universe of the Authority. They're gone for good. My co-main event as the cool-off is a European Championship match. I have William Regal going as the champion versus Drew Galloway. You know, I think these two would have a great match. Something I don't think has been done in WWE. Might as well do it here, and I would have Drew Galloway walk away with the championship. Now, I know this is New Japan versus Mania. But let's put some ROH and independent wrestling into this. Let's put Jakara into this. Let's put NXT into this. Let's put WWE into this. My main event is a triple threat match for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. No stipulation. Just a regular triple threat match. Kevin Owens, who's the champion, versus Sami Zayn versus Cesaro. Triple threat match. This ties in 3 rivalries into 1. You have Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. Owens getting jealous of Sami Zayn after he won the NXT title. Owens taking away the NXT title. You have Owens and Cesaro rivalry in WWE from 2015. Great rivalry that went into a match at SummerSlam. You have the Sami Zayn-Cesaro rivalry from when Sami Zayn pulled out an upset over Cesaro. You have all 3 of those combined into 1. You have the indie background along with it. Sami Zayn was the number 1 contender for the championship. But he says, you know what? Let's make this interesting. I know someone who's coming back from injury. Who I want in this match. Now, it may hurt my odds, but you know what? Let's go with it. Out comes Cesaro. And Cesaro's like, no, only one of us is going to go to the show to face Kevin Owens. They have a one-on-one matchup a few weeks beforehand. It ends in a double disqualification after Kevin Owens gets involved. Triple H says, we have to have a main event. Triple threat, let's do it. These two would put on match of the night. And at the end of the day, I would have Sami Zayn get his revenge, beat Kevin Owens, become the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, and there's my card.
Okay, this is the TNA version of WrestleMania 32. For the pre-show, Stephanie McMahon introduces Shawn Michaels into TNA, and he comes out of retirement, and everyone is in shock because he joins the Authority. Then my first match is Diamond Dallas Page versus British Bulldog. Regular match, and I have Diamond Dallas Page wins. My second match is a 15-man over-the-top rope battle royal. Jerry Lawler, Blake and Murphy, Booker T, Bradshaw, Tyler Breeze, Alberto Del Rio, Jay Lethal, Goldust, Asuka, Ryback, Roddy Piper, and Dean Malenko.
Why the heck is Asuka in there? She's a girl.
Why not?
I guess she's tough as nails, so I mean, I guess.
Cedric Alexander and Baron Corbin.
Okay. And who would win that?
Ryback and Bradshaw are the last two, and Bradshaw throws Ryback over, but only 1 foot touch. Then Bradshaw was celebrating, and then Ryback comes back in and throws him over for Ryback to win.
Ryback wins.
Match 3 is a Divas match between Madison Rayne, Awesome Kong, and a street fight. Now, Madison Rayne was a tag team with Awesome Kong about a month ago, until Awesome Kong backstabbed her because Madison keeps ruining her singles matches. So then, attempting to help her, but she got mad, and then they got into a brawl. And I'm gonna have Awesome Kong win.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my match 4 is basically another between Crash Holly and Rhino. Now, I'm gonna have Rhino win.
Obviously.
Match 5 is a tag team match. Elimination Fatal 4-Way for the ECW Tag Team Champions. We have the Wolves. We have the Motor City Machine Guns. We have Beer Money Incorporated and the World's Greatest Tag Team. Now, the Wolves and Beer Money have never got along in this at all.
Mm-hmm.
Then the World's Greatest Tag Team and Motor City Machine Guns also never got along, so they were all fighting each other. And then Stephanie came in and said, "Hey, y'all all want the belt for the tag team. Let's have it elimination." And then at the end of the day, we're gonna have the Wolves.
Alright.
My 6th match is Razor Ramon versus the Big Show and a Last Man Standing match.
What the fuck? Razor Ramon versus the Big Show in the last match.
Yeah.
Well, TNA is going to WWE's mindset. Okay, go on. You better give me a Razor's Edge spot in this.
Okay. Well, Razor Ramon finally beats the Big Show after throwing tables over him.
Was there a Razor's Edge by Razor Ramon?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, as we were saying
Sorry.
before we got interrupted, at Razor Ramon...
Match. Razor Ramon beat Big Show after a Razor's Edge and then piling tables on top of the Big Show.
And then, after the match, out of nowhere, Shawn Michaels comes in and switches in music's Razor Ramon and then walks away.
Okay. Okay, that's actually... Okay, that's fine, actually.
Okay, my 7th match, the NXT Women's Title, Brooke Texmarker versus Victoria. Okay, so Brooke Texmarker is the current Women's Title Champion, saying that she can beat anybody, and then Victoria comes back and says, "You can't beat me." And then after they get into it, and then they happen to get broken up by everyone else, and then they wanted the match. Finally wanted the match.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I'm gonna have Brooke Texmarker still remain in it with the women's title.
Smart.
Okay, my eighth match is a regular tag team match, just to the Guerreros versus Billy and Chuck.
Why did you put... I guess. Okay, never mind. Continue.
Now, I'm gonna have the Guerreros win.
Good.
Okay, and this is my co-main event. An Extreme Rules Fatal 4-Way for the Hardcore title. We have Dean Ambrose, Mr. Anderson, Ken Shamrock, and Bobby Lashley.
A couple of those guys deserve to be in the world title picture, but look, sure, makes sense. Let's go.
Actually, my bad. It's not pre-main event. It's one of the pre-main events. Okay. And then Mr. Anderson is the current Hardcore title champion.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dean Ambrose wanted it. Because you know how Dean Ambrose is. When he wants it, he wants it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't stop until he gets what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Bobby Lashley, who also wants the belt because apparently Stephanie calls him like he is not good enough for the World Heavyweight. And so he's in that match, if anyone was wondering why he was in there.
Okay.
And then Dean Ambrose hits Ken Shamrock with a Dirty D's into a trash can.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1, 2, and then Mr. Anderson hits him with a chair, and then hits him with a microphone out of nowhere.
Hits him with the chair, then hits him with a microphone, or hit him with the chair and then a mic check?
Then a mic check.
Okay.
And then he is pinning him 1, 2, and then Bobby Lashley comes in and does his move,
which is a spear. He breaks up the pin somehow and then spears.
He breaks up the spear and then spears. And then Dean Ambrose gets back up, hits him again.
What?
Hits Bobby Lashley.
Jesus.
Dirty Deeds 1, 2, 3. Making him
Hardcore Jack. Okay.
Okay, my pre-main event is a triple threat for the U.S. title. We have AJ Styles versus Austin Aries, and then CM Punk.
What the why is that not the main event?
It's for the U.S.
Why is it U.S.? Okay, sure, let's go with it.
Austin Aries and AJ Styles has been in an argument feud for a while.
It's world title material. Okay, your main event better be something better. Don't fuck it up.
Okay. So, anyways, Austin Aries and AJ Styles have been into a feud, and then out of nowhere, CM Punk comes back out of retirement saying he wants the U.S. belt. And so, Stephanie goes, okay, well, we'll make it a triple threat. And then AJ Styles finally gets his title after Austin Aries always took it away from him last month in the other main event for last month.
Mm-hmm.
And then AJ Styles is finally the champion. My main event is TNA World Heavyweight title, Stone Cold versus Goldberg.
Okay.
In a Hell in a Cell match.
Okay.
After Goldberg trashes Stone Cold's truck.
Okay.
And it made Stone Cold mad, like pissed. And then Goldberg 2 weeks ago joins the Authority. Just so he can manipulate Stone Cold over and over and over. To make it even more of a feud. And at the main event, Stone Cold, the Authority attempted to jump Stone Cold, but fails. Because Alberto Del Rio is basically a jobber. And then Big Show got stunned. And then Shawn Michaels throws Stone Cold into the ring, and then the match starts. After 25 minutes into the match, Goldberg spears Stone Cold. Then Stone Cold kicks out somehow. And then they keep on brawling. And then Stone Cold finally stuns him. And then gets the win.
And wins the title.
And wins the title. Making his last title. And then he retires.
Okay.
For good.
I honestly was thinking you would have done like a swerve there and have like the Authority attack Stone Cold, but then turn on Stone Cold at the very end. Or no, turn on Goldberg and have also joined the Authority. I thought that was coming, but alright, that's fine. So there's our card. Yeah, let us know who won this one. I know I won the last one. I think I've got the better one this time. My New Japan Pro Wrestling version of Wrestlemania.
I think I have a really good
a
match
decent.
card.
I was confused by the Aries Styles Punk for the U.S. title. I'm like, what? What do you mean U.S. title? That's the world title. But then Austin Goldberg. I'm like, okay. Austin Goldberg Hell in a Cell again. Is a good main event. Good place to stop for TNA's version of Mania. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Comment down below who you think won. Either New Japan, TNA. We'll do this again sometime. yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Twitter at Brandon98. Subscribe to the Worldwide Nation Wrestling Shooters 240. Come on, we need to make it up there. The WWN WS Revolution 120 on there, and the WWN WS Network 140, 130, something like that. That's our goals for right there. Basically, our goal is to get back to where we were before. Look out for a video of the shooters. It could be another fantasy draft with me and Noah for SummerSlam edition. We could do other fantasy drafts as well. Subscribe to Willfire number 1, Scott Casey Gang, Willfire number 1. I'm gonna do a crazy paper bag rant. Subscribe to JH Films. Subscribe to Consecate 14. Subscribe to Global Smith Entertainment, Calamity 007. With Global Smith Entertainment, me and Scott went up against Mitch and Preston in the fantasy draft and whipped their asses. Sorry, guys. Subscribe to Preston Moco, Godzilla Hawk. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, take care of yourselves and each other, and have a peaceful night. From the great state of Texas, peace out.